What's up, everybody? Welcome to our brand new series, Setups Reviewed. We're going to take a look at one setup each episode, kind of look at it, see what we think, talk amongst ourselves. Um, we'll have guests invited to talk about their setups too as well.
We
Wow.
have a celebrity guest tonight.
Yes, we do. So first things first. My name's Sean. I probably should have told you that in the introduction, but hey, whatever.
Still the
So
introduction,
yeah.
it's fine.
So let's go around. Let's start with our celebrity guest. Tell them who you are and a little bit about yourself.
All right, I'm John. I have been a PC gamer since I was probably, I don't even
Knee-high to
know
a
how young I
grasshopper?
was. Yeah, knee-high to a grasshopper. The very first game that I played was MechWarrior 1 on my brother's system, and it confused me, as anybody who has ever played any of the MechWarrior series should know. It's a confusing game, especially for a very small child. So since then, I've been pretty much hooked to it. I built my first computer when I was 10 or 11 out of a bunch of parts that I got in an auction from an office for $50 or something. Just kind of Frankenstein a system together. And I've been hooked to it ever since. I've pretty much loved it. It's been great. It's been great. But that's enough about me.
Oh well. Justin's ready. Let's go, Justin. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm Justin Lemmy. I am the co-host of Tech Talk Radio. Go like our
Oh, here
page,
we
our
go.
Facebook
Big
page.
celebrity.
Yep.
Big
Hey,
celebrity.
Going straight to the plug.
gotta do the plug there. I am I'm a Navy veteran. Did 10 years in the Navy. I'm also now currently employed as a senior network engineer with Tribune Media, who owns a lot of TV stations around the country. I do all their networking. So I've been a PC gamer pretty much since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I think the first game I ever played was Wolfenstein 3D. And
Okay.
ever since then, pretty much just been playing games. I've played PlayStation, I've played Nintendo, I've played Sega, I've played Xbox. I do have an Xbox One. I don't really play it all that much. I enjoy PC gaming. I got much more freedom on that, and
It
I have a
actually has
custom.
games.
It does have good games, yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, much better. And I have a custom built PC myself. We'll probably review it at some point here, but tonight is all about our other setup.
There you go.
John setup.
There you go.
John, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then our next host tonight is we're gonna go ahead with Todd. So yeah.
All right, guys. My name is Todd Gamester. Probably to date myself, I'm the old guy, and my first video game was Pong. So
Hey.
Right on, right on.
Right on.
Wasn't that the first video game?
The
yeah,
first.
yeah, they carved it out of stone.
Ooh. Ooh.
That must have been fun.
Ah,
That, like I said, I'm the old guy, but I still try to stay up with the technology the best I can. Although it gets harder every year. I have put a few computers together, and last one I water cooled. It's not quite ready to go, but it's close. Hopefully, one of these next episodes, maybe that will be ready. You guys can tear me up on that, and
Yeah.
looking forward to doing this. There's a big history, I think, behind all this. Why Sean got this going, which we don't necessarily have to get into, but it's at some point, we will. But,
Erpa-derpa-doo.
Yeah. We'll just we'll ease into that, right?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and I think the concept is great here. I love it, and I think that what will happen is it's going to evolve as we the more we do it. Obviously, we'll get better at it. And obviously for the Facebook group that we've got, taking suggestions and being critiqued on all that's going to be good, and that'll help it to evolve. And I'd like to see this get to
Uh-oh. What happened here?
be a regular thing. And interpret.
Yeah.
Is he still there? Yeah, there
Yep.
he is.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I just left out.
did anybody else get a big glitch there? Sorry.
Yeah, I
Yes,
did. Yeah.
Yep, I
Okay.
did too.
Okay. Just making sure that wasn't me.
Yeah. No.
Sorry,
Alright,
Dupree.
so-
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, yeah. Alright, so hi, I'm Enderbreed. Yeah, I'm probably one of the youngest guys here. I'm 17, so I'm a huge fan of Logitech. I mean, all my peripherals are pretty much all Logitech.
Hey, can't go wrong with
man.
Logitechs.
Yeah. My first game was probably Uberstrike. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it. It's kind of like this Quake version, web-based game.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not much to say about me. Other than that, yeah, I like pizza. Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't,
Who
right?
doesn't?
Yeah.
Can't be
Yeah.
all bad.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, well,
All
the,
right.
the basic concept is
Well, let's
we've-
get to the setups tonight.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Easy there, killer. Basic concept is we're just gonna kind of all review the setups. We'll display them here on the screen for you. I'll do a little post editing and fix that so you guys can see it. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We're reviewing my setup tonight since it is the pilot episode, and we really didn't want to kind of ask any members to submit their setups for a
Endure
trial
this?
run. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm for.
This has been painful experience as it is. So, but yeah. So go ahead and pull up the first picture, guys, and we'll get right into it.
I think one thing worth noting is that these are how do you want to say this? These are working man's setups, right? So,
Yeah, exactly.
We're not here to beat the shit out of somebody because they don't have 3 of the exact same brand new monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and
Or a pink
we-
flamingo
most
sitting in
of
the
us can only
background.
afford we can only afford what we can afford, and our systems, our setups are constantly evolving anyway. So
Absolutely.
I think the idea is that we're trying to help the person optimize their setup with what
Yes.
they already
Yeah.
have.
Constructive
without
criticism.
without necessarily the only answer being spending money, right? There's
Right,
lots of
exactly.
things that can be done for on the cheap or for
Yeah.
no cost, but just rearranging and trying something a little bit different. So
I think
but-
I think we shouldn't completely preclude the idea of spending money, though. If we have something like, hey, this would be a really good upgrade in the future, but
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
it's not like we're gonna be like, you don't have 2 Titan X's? Screw you, man.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, so we got the first picture up, guys. What do you think?
Sure.
Yep,
First
looking at it
picture.
right now.
Yeah, looking good. I definitely like the setup where you have the PC displayed up above the monitors. Definitely nice with that window. You can look into the PC. You got the dual graphics cards there. I think that's really nice. I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
I've rarely seen a setup where the PC itself is so front and center. I think
Yeah.
that's a really
It's-
cool idea.
It's
And
the
it's well
center
deserved.
point of. It's the focal point. Yeah.
It's well deserving of it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I would agree
Thank
with
you.
that. I think
Thank you.
this one isn't gonna be. This one's gonna be a mostly positive review because overall I think your setup has really evolved very, very nicely. Also, as full disclosure, now that we're recording, I did build most of the desk, so I'm a little biased.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
No, I
and-
just gotta say one thing though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
One thing that I have a problem with,
Okay.
I do have a problem with is, if you look a little bit over to the left, there is what looks like a mini fridge. Is that what that is?
That is a mini fridge. Yes.
Okay. The only problem I have is you have a Tony Stewart.
I knew
Okay.
that was coming.
That's
Okay.
the right number.
Okay.
Okay,
Jimmy
okay.
Johnson for the win. All right.
Can you explain that, Sean?
Disclaimer. Okay. So I took my kids over to their grandparents' house, my in-laws' house, probably about a month ago, and in the back of my father-in-law's pickup truck sat this mini fridge. And I walked through the door and he said, "Hey, do you want a mini fridge?" And I said, "Yes." So
Who would
that
turn down
was
a
that.
mini fridge?
Have I have beer.
No, you don't
and
turn
I
down
have,
mini
I have
fridges.
beer, ice cold beer within arm's reach of me.
There you go. That's exactly what I was
It
going
can,
to ask.
it can say whatever it wants on the front. I don't care.
Can you explain that? Fix that, Sean.
No, but
Can you
actually,
explain
in,
that? Fix that.
in more seriousness, I would say the only critique that I would have, and I have the same problem, to be honest, when we review my setup, is your monitors. I mean, I know you do have. It looks like you have 3 different styles of monitors there.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit off-centered. What I notice about it is the fact that they kind of do go, from left to right. They kind of go down in size. I have the same problem. I do have 3 monitors myself. I have 2 identicals on the side, and then I have a gaming monitor in the center. But my mount that I have, for some reason, does the same thing. Even though you don't have a mount, but that does throw things off a little bit. But overall, I really like the general aesthetics of everything that you have on the setup.
So so that's a good point. And let me elaborate on that real quick. My next purchase is 2 more monitors to match the center one. But that just hasn't happened yet. It's kind of a.
What is your center monitor?
It is
An Asus?
Asus VX248H, I think, 24-inch, 1920 by 1080, 1 millisecond response time. I think 100 hertz refresh rate, something like that.
Okay.
That'll absolutely change the appearance of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's true, yeah.
And
Yeah, so I've just recently switched to 3 identical. Well, actually, I didn't quite get identical. I accidentally got one that was 0.6 inches diagonal, smaller than my other 2. But I just make it a little bit closer to me, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But but
You know
yeah,
what? And if it's in the dark,
it is
who cares?
huge.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So-
But it is a huge just quality of life improvement having all 3 of them being the same size.
Right.
But at the same time, I do think that you are making the best of what you have
Yeah,
here. I
exactly.
think the way that it steps up
Absolutely is.
looks
Well,
nice.
So I have the 2 outer monitors. I have $30 between the 2 of them. And that
wow.
is including the rebuild
Can't
on
beat
the
that.
left monitor. The left monitor died, and I had to rebuild it. So.
I'll give you 25 for both of them.
Yeah, no. No, so actually, let me give a little backstory here on the desk. I know I was kind of trying to cut in real quick and give that. So originally my setup was up in the bedroom, and when we moved to this new house, we were all right with space, but we decided we want to upsize our bed, which really left us crammed for space in the bedroom. So I was like, oh hey, I'll build it in the basement. So I called John, obviously, and I was like, hey, you're crafty with lumber. Let's see what we can come up with. So we came up with this wall-mounted design that keeps everything off the ground because they have a moisture problem on the basement floor. And
Yeah, that's important.
and budget-wise, the only way to build a desk big enough for the monitors and the PC was going to cost me way too much money. So I was like, well, I can build, a $10, $15 shelf. That's probably what we spent on that. And yeah, put it right up top. So, and I actually
it's all 2x4 construction.
Yeah, it's 2x4.
We did have to battle the fact that houses aren't square in general,
No,
but
and
Sean's
mine-
basement is particularly not square.
My house
Yeah,
was
it looks
built.
like you're in a cave.
Yeah, so my house
Yeah,
was
it
built
does.
in the 60s, and that's actually a creek rock foundation that it's gone back and concreted over.
Did you ever find out if that's asbestos?
No, I did not, and I really don't want to.
You should-
It's-
You should probably.
I don't think it's
maybe-
legal to
You
sell
know-
a house now without it being checked.
You know what, though? I'm going to die of way
well,
worse
renting,
cancers
though.
than mesothelioma, so asbestos is the least of
Yeah,
my
you're,
worries.
you're a firefighter.
Well, you're a
You-
firefighter, so I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to die way before mesothelioma gets me anyway, so.
Yeah.
Now, if I could,
Yeah, it'll
offer
be a great life
one other-
insurance policy exploit too. It'll be great.
one other suggestion I would have about this, I see this now. I have one on mine. I had to get it after the fact, but your power supply, I do see you have all your power supplies plugged into power strip there,
Mhm.
which looks like one of those. It looks like a very basic power strip. Even though those do provide somewhat of a surge protection, they don't really provide a lot for that particular model
It's
of
a
surge protection.
fuse.
Yeah,
It's,
I mean,
it's a
it's-
fuse. Yeah, it's very basic. I would suggest if you had the money, I think one thing you should buy would be a UPS system. And
Oh,
they
yeah,
sell
yeah.
them at Best Buy.
yeah.
They're pretty inexpensive now. I bought mine. It's I don't remember how much wattage it is. I think it's like 1,500 watts, which is amazing power for what it can offer. And I think I paid like $100 for it.
Yeah, I mean that's something that
Yeah, that's
that
down the road.
having
Yeah.
some sort of power conditioning system, because that's another thing that UPSs provide is power conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also check Craigslist for one of those. I don't have one yet because it's not a huge priority, but it is definitely a good tip. if it's something, you know, that you can swing a little bit of money for, it's a nice thing to have.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I've definitely considered it. It's not on the top of my priority list at the moment, just because
Yeah.
there's some other, solid state drives, performance issue things. But yeah, it's definitely on the list. So, I think we can probably skip the next 3 pictures.
Wait, hold on. I want to say something about the wires first.
Yeah, sure thing. What's
Okay.
up?
First off, I really like the way that you have them. Like most people decide to hide their wires where you can't see them. But in your case, you're actually showing all the wires, but you have them placed in a way where it doesn't look messy at all. So
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
thought that's pretty cool that you did that.
Yeah, and actually, good thing you made that a point. We'll touch on that here in a bit. I actually have a couple pictures here that show the
Yeah.
behind the scenes of where the wire management is, so that it's, I spent a lot of time doing that one day, probably about 6 hours. So,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's.
I skipped ahead a little bit there.
okay.
Let me ask a question about picture 3 real fast, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let me get to picture 3. Be the point of view shot.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
what do you got there for a keyboard and mouse?
The keyboard is a Corsair K95 RGB with Cherry MX Red switches,
You
and
bastard.
the mouse is a Logitech G502 Proteus Core.
All
I
right,
actually
yeah.
I bought that mouse after watching Linus's review on it, and then talking to John about Logitech mice, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, Logitech mice are the shit."
Yep. Same mouse I
Oh
have.
Yeah, yeah. So
Great mouse.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
amazing.
I like that a
mouse.
lot.
So, but yeah. Picture.
Quick question about your mouse.
Yeah, sure thing.
So that particular mouse has weight in it, removable weights. So basically, just
Yeah.
a bunch of these little guys.
Yeah.
I didn't actually get to see when you put your mouse up to, or when
Oh.
you put your mouse, because I was looking at mine. But
Yeah. I
you have all of them in it?
all of them in it. I like a heavy
Yeah,
mouse.
me too.
No,
Yeah, me
no.
too.
What
Oh,
are
well,
the
I keep on mine.
advantages for those that don't know? But what are the advantages of a heavy mouse versus a light mouse?
It's entirely preference.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I have
I
more control
mean-
over it.
Yeah, it's the exact same for me. I mean, I feel like I have more control over a heavy mouse. The surface that I'm working on is imperfect. So if you have a little bit more momentum in your mouse, I feel like that kind of helps
Okay.
negate that a little bit.
Now, and Derpy, were you going to say something?
Yeah, for me, I actually have all of the weights out because it's just much easier for me to lift the mouse up. So, for
Yeah.
example, if you're playing like an FPS and you gotta flick from one side to the other, you can just toss your mouse to the side easy, you know?
Yeah, I guess that is a good point. I guess
What-
I've just always really had heavy mice and light
Sure,
ones
yeah.
just kind of weird in my hands.
What do you think about that, Todd? What about in the terms of the mouse and stuff?
I like somebody said earlier. I think it's completely personal preference, and I think it's what you get used to. You know, for the longest time, I used one of those track balls, and somebody else came over and tried to use it. They were all thumbs. I was able to fly
Literally
through it,
all
and
thumbs on trackballs.
Yeah.
absolutely the way to go. I've stopped using it for a while, but I know I would pick it back up again. I think it's all personal preference. But that to have the option of a heavier mouse or weight in it or whatever, I think is a nice thing. It just fits everybody's. It allows it to fit everybody's needs or whatever you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, having that
So-
option, I think, is a really cool thing because it's not something that most people would think about. So when they're buying a mouse, most people
Until you
aren't
get to
going
try
to
one,
think
right?
about it.
Until you try one.
Yeah. Until you try a mouse that's either way too heavy or way too light for you, you don't really think about it. But if you have, the option to try that, you could say, oh, this is what works for me versus,
Yeah.
not having that option at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey Sean, as long as we're on that picture, what are we on, picture 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Just something that I'm thinking about, and again, it's personal preference, but since you've got a wired keyboard and a wired mouse, those cables coming from across the or not across, but front to back
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
your keyboard, do those bother you? Just
No.
thinking that, I'm just thinking that again, personal preference, but drilling a hole, and maybe that's something you wouldn't want to consider doing, but drilling a hole and
dropping the cables
having
down.
it
Okay.
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
have it
yeah.
covered up by your mat, and then
So
underneath and coming up.
Or just putting some shrink wrap, a section of shrink wrap around both of those cords.
so that's
I mean,
actually that's a
massive swap
legitimately
out.
valid point though there, Todd. And this desk is
Just clean
actually
it up a little bit.
yeah. So this desk is a hollow core desk.
Is it okay?
And it really doesn't make much of a difference. But I also like to do racing sims and trucking sims, so I constantly am moving my keyboard
you spazzed
around.
out there.
I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Hey, Sean, your feed broke out there for a second. I didn't hear what you said there.
Oh yeah. So I was just talking about the hollow core desk and the fact that I move my keyboard and mouse
Oh.
around a lot for putting the wheel on and the HOTAS up. So
Yeah, good point.
so
Good point.
yeah. No, they don't really bother me. I actually do intend to essentially connect both the wires together, either shrink wrap or attach them, twist tie them together, whatever. I literally just ran out of supplies, so.
Yeah, just putting the two of them together, I think, would even clean it up a bunch. You know, that's
Yeah.
next to nothing.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
It's a good idea. Good idea.
Mm.
Now,
So-
Yeah.
but picture 5. I liked
The-
that
the
one.
night
'cause
setup?
You're displaying your lights there.
Mhm.
I really like that. And what do you got? What do you got in terms of LEDs? Do you have them mounted to the back of your monitors or what?
Yeah, they're mounted to the back of the monitors. They are, oh god, I don't even remember what they're called. I bought them from IKEA. They're just little.
Oh yeah.
I saw them in person. They look
Yeah,
really cool.
They're little sticks.
It's really impressive for their
Yeah.
for
I
their
have this thing
price.
underneath my countertops or counter
Mhm.
cabinets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so yeah, they're just attached to the back of the monitors.
They can change colors.
Yeah,
right?
they're. I don't know if you've seen back in picture 4, but the RGB remote control is right behind the last monitor on the left.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yep, it's the
Yeah.
exact same one I
Yeah.
have. Exact same one.
So that's all that is. And then the case lighting is obviously just standard case LEDs.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Now the only thing I like.
There's RGB LEDs,
No,
or are they?
they're strictly white up in the case.
Those
Strictly
ones in picture
white.
5. Picture 5 are
Huh,
white
they look
LEDs in the
UV.
case.
No, behind your monitor, Sean.
Oh no, yeah,
What-
sorry, those are RGB. Sorry.
Yeah, the ones behind your monitors are RGBs. Those are the ones
Yeah.
that have the controller. But what are you using in your case? Because that's those look UV to me, not
Yeah,
Um,
in picture 5 it looks like definitely UV.
So what you're getting, and I had the same problem when I shot the final shoot for this case for the competition,
Mhm.
is we're getting bleed over from the blue accent LEDs on the front.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are just
Okay.
white LEDs.
Okay.
That's
So,
insane.
Yeah,
that's
it's very
lot of-
strange.
Yeah,
You know what'd be
that's
nice?
a-
I don't think it's possible, but what would be nice is if you were to take one of those RGB sticks and put it inside your case. So if you were to change the colors behind your monitor, you could change the color in your case as well.
Yeah, I'd thought about that, and honestly, I'm not ready to try to tackle that one yet.
Even
Ah,
if
just
it's
throwing it
a
out there.
Think about the future though.
Even a couple additional LEDs behind the 2 2x4s that are running vertically that are kind of. I'm
Yeah,
a
that-
huge LED fan, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I would probably overdo it, and then you can always cut it back. But
Yeah,
you know,
always
that
turn them
you-
down, but
your whole ambience that you've got going with that basement, I think you made the best of what you really made the best of kind of a shitty situation, because I could see that basement not necessarily being ideal, but the white paint, real simple. I don't know if you painted it or if it was already there, and then just the design of that desk, everything just kind of flows with what you got.
Right. Yeah, so the basement was already painted white. And then I just painted the desk to match. Getting messages?
Yeah.
It works.
It works nice. Yeah, it definitely works nice. And your cable management and the other photos that you've got going on here, I'm kind of going through some. Your cable management you've done is extremely well done for what
right.
you've got to work with. Yeah, it's very.
Yeah, okay, so yeah,
Very well
let's go to picture 6, and we'll bounce back and forth between picture 6 and 7. That's the two shots from the wings of the monitors.
Okay.
So you can just kind of give them a feel for the cable management. I don't know if you guys wanted to touch on that at all in the back there.
okay. So picture 7,
Yeah.
the head mount being there. if you're not having any cable issues with that, then I think that's a brilliant place to put it. That's actually
Yeah.
that's where my
Out of the
old
way.
headset is sitting, is on one of my monitor arms, because all three of my monitors are on arms mounted to my desk. But I've been looking for a place to put these,
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and I think I might use that. I just need to figure out
So-
the cables.
Todd, you're gonna love this reference, but that is literally just a command hook.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I have a hook underneath my desk that I hang up my headset on.
So I mean, that was
Under your desk?
Yeah, under my desk. I'll show you when we do my setup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the wires that you have behind your desk, that little wall thing you have in between the wire. So
Okay,
was
so-
that but
Picture
you-
9
like,
or
Picture 9 and 10.
picture
Yeah.
Six.
Uh-oh.
Six, yeah.
Six.
Six.
Six,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so the wire, was that put in after the desk, or did you do all your cable management before you actually put the desk on the wall?
Okay. So the desk was built first, and then all the cable management was done after the fact,
Yeah.
and then
But
I
that particular panel though was,
that was
not
added.
put on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was added later. I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
So-
sense.
that was a cable hiding panel that I put. Well, series of panels that I put on. But if you roll over to, what are we on, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 and 10, it's a kind of behind the scenes look behind those
All right,
panels.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you guys were talking, on the cheap, literally on the cheap. Those metal bands that I have those wires run through were 30 cents a pop.
nice?
I mean, and they work great for cable management. They work great for, just about anything. They're just metal conduit brackets. So, but yeah, we'll just kind of breeze through these next couple, just some quick, easy shots of cable management prior to the desk being finished.
Just goes to show you don't need a Signum to
Yeah, exactly. You don't
wire manage.
you don't have to go out and
Yeah,
find
exactly.
and
I-
go
I-
spend money.
I think the thing I like most, Sean, and I appreciate your behind the scenes look at all this, but when you go back to one of the original, it was probably just number one, you're not afraid to show some of the stuff that others would hide. And
Like
I
a power strip.
I think you did,
Yeah.
because you did such an awesome job of cable managing it. Now, when you add your UPS, that'll
That'll
Yeah.
kind of destroy that completely.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
that'll throw that out the window, but that's a new challenge. But the way it sits now, you weren't afraid to show the stuff that a lot of people are trying to hide. So
Right,
I think
right.
it's just
Yeah, I definitely like that.
I'm gonna
Just-
I'm gonna
Can we,
nitpick something though.
Okay.
I'm gonna sorry, Justin. Just let me throw in one nitpick. The
Yeah.
yellow Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
No,
there
Sean.
must be something special about that.
You
Um,
can wrap it in electrical tape.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
guilty as charged of using the cables that I was provided with when I purchased
Yeah,
my
I
modem and
understand
router.
completely.
So
Understand completely.
guilty.
This is
Hey,
why
completely
we're
guilty.
having delays and breakups in the Skype chat right now.
Oh, are we?
Oh boy. Okay, so
Maybe you ought to throw a shout out to Raymond that sent you those cables.
oh yeah, absolutely. So definitely Raymond Jones hooked it up. He sent me a care package. Shit,
man.
probably a week and a half ago, with God. Oh man, all kinds of cables, USB cables, power cables. I mean, just everything to make this whole cable management possible. So I
Very
was
nice.
I was severely
Thank you, Raymond.
limited by my cables. So yeah, thank you a ton, Raymond. So I hope
Yeah,
you
that's
watch
awesome,
this
man.
now.
That's
If you
awesome.
don't mind,
Oh.
I just want to offer some advice on picture
Yep.
17. We're looking at kind of a side view from your mini fridge overlooking over the desk.
Okay.
I think one thing you might want to think about investing in the future, because if you do spend a considerable amount of time sitting at your computer playing games or working,
Mhm.
I work from home, so my gaming computer area, my desk, the chair that I sit in, everything is dual purpose for work and for play.
Yeah.
You may want to consider upgrading your chair into like a high back or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Actually,
I've talked to Justin about this so many times.
yep. And John and I have talked about
Or
this. and-
to Sean about
Yeah,
this. Sorry.
that is on the works. That was a $10 Craigslist find. I can't really complain too much about it. So it's
Absolutely
working for
nothing,
now.
yeah.
But yeah, it's on the list.
Absolutely.
It's definitely on the list.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
as
I
you'll
mean, that was
see,
just an
actually,
observation. And then
you can see
Go ahead.
where that shelf and everything is now is
Mhm.
gone. Take a look at my webcam. It's now my backdrop for
Yeah,
the
yep.
webcam. So
Yep.
that's all
Linus
gone.
Tech Tip style.
Yeah, Linus
Now let me
Tech Tip
ask you,
style.
what was the purpose of having the carpet on the floor instead of that hard floor there? Because the
Okay.
hard floor might be nicer to move your chair around, right?
Well, it is
sounds
wonderful
funny.
to move my chair down. So John likes this one. The first night I built this desk, I played around on the laptop on it, and my chair kept rolling away from the desk.
Yeah,
My
the floor is
floor-
so sloped.
Yeah.
Oh,
You,
okay,
So-
okay,
you would
okay.
walk
Oh, that
away,
sucks.
and the chair would be on the other side of the basement when you came back
Yes.
downstairs.
So you can see down there by the shelf and the filing cabinet, it lays really wet. And so the floor is sloped that direction because off camera to the right there, there's a drain. So the carpet is strictly
Oh,
just
yeah,
to keep
okay.
the chair from rolling.
Okay, I see.
So
Have you ever been having any problems with that getting wet?
no, there's one spot probably about 3 to 4 inches from it that water seeps up through, but nothing near or under it. So
Now, one
Nice.
other thing I want to ask about then on picture 19, this is not setup related per
Okay.
se, but you included picture 19, so
Yeah,
I have to
okay.
talk about it.
okay.
What is the deal with the Costco in your basement?
Okay, so the Costco in my basement. My wife is the crazy coupon lady.
Oh, okay.
She gets
Weren't
coupons.
you featured on that show, Coupon Person or something?
No.
Oh,
So no, my wife goes shopping. She goes couponing. She'll spend $20 and come back with so much shit. It's unreal. So
I think that's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, it
you
is.
know,
It's really cool.
Pretty
in the event of a
My wife
zombie
loves
apocalypse, I might run out of ammo, but damn it, I won't run out of laundry soap.
I know, I gotta say. I can
So many
count,
different
like,
types of laundry detergent. It's amazing to me.
yeah, and it was like shampoo there, and it looks like baby wipes and stuff. Yeah.
Wipes, diapers,
You ever
shampoo,
get
laundry
those
soap.
Tide Pod things? Let me know, and I'll buy some from you, man. I love those things.
Dude, I love them too. So fat chance.
Yeah, send me a package of that. Yeah.
Does she realize with all that money she's saving, it's just money going towards that you can apply towards your setup?
No, actually, it ends up going to buying her more shelves to fit all this stuff on. I've
You gotta
lost.
spend that different, Sean. You gotta spend that different.
I've lost a good
Now,
chunk
I
of
like-
workshop to that.
I definitely do like picture 20. I know it's not setup related, but I like picture 20 because it goes to show a little bit what you stand for,
Well-
what you do in life.
Well, that is. I
a
mean,
little-
that is setup related. That's kind of my backdrop for my setup. So
Okay, yeah, sure. I like that. I definitely like that picture 20 there. You got the little fire, you got the old radio, you got some fire trucks.
yeah,
Old walkie-talkie, stuff like that. It's really nice.
Personality.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Having
Yeah.
a little bit of
Yeah,
a
little
shrine to your personality is never a bad thing. You know, when I get my setup, I have a Honda flag behind me as big as I can get it.
You should find a way to incorporate some of that into your main setup, though.
You know,
Yeah,
I've been working on a good way to put that in the setup. I used to have the die-cast fire truck set up around my setup, and then actually I took them upstairs. I have a whole wall upstairs that's got pictures and certifications and fire helmets and shit on it. And this stuff ended up down here because it was on a shelf and the kids kept throwing it around the house, and it just didn't.
Well, half of it, I would look at it and see a toy if I were a kid.
Yeah, and that's what they see, and so I'm I'm fine with it, but some of those things I didn't want them throwing around because I didn't want them hurting themselves. Obviously,
Yeah.
the pliers
I mean,
with the big spike on the bottom of them, that would kind of hurt.
Yeah.
and that big metal cap with the S on it, that thing weighs like 15 pounds. So,
Really?
yeah, that is a
God.
6-inch cap off the side of a pump intake off of the fire engine that we rolled 2 years ago. So.
I didn't hear
Now,
any of
picture
that.
21.
Completely
Oh.
died.
It's off
me.
the side of a fire truck that was the one that got rolled over and crashed 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You told me about that
Yeah.
a while back. That is a story that you should tell. Maybe not here.
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
should
no,
tell it.
definitely on one of the episodes we'll have a bullshit session and I'll share that story.
Now, I definitely like picture 21. We're talking about like an inside look at your computer there. That
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
the cleanest looking PC
Oh.
I have seen in a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
I
your
appreciate
wire
that. I
management
appreciate
is
that.
Epic.
I appreciate that.
Your wire management is completely on point. Also, the shroud that you made,
Oh
which
my
I was
God.
actually supposed to make. I'm sorry. I
Oh
completely
god, no,
fell-
that shroud. That shroud gives
But
me headaches.
yeah, no, it's awful. I have something very similar in my setup, and I will never wire manage via shrouds ever again because every time I have to change anything,
Yep.
it's like 45 minutes of just trying to get that out without scratching everything. But mine is also made out of aluminum, so
Well, yeah, no, I I have that problem just in general. So, but yeah, I just wanted to throw these pictures in 21, 22, 23, and 24 to kind of
I love the paint job on the back.
showcase my setup there a little bit. And so, yeah, so the back paint job is designed to resemble the back of a fire truck. I don't know if you kind of gathered this is kind of themed fire truck build. It's named Rescue One. So yeah,
Very nice.
but yeah, and then, other than that, so I think that about wraps up the whole review process. We kind of ran long tonight. We kind of got long-winded on a few topics, which we'll try to keep that in check
sure,
for
we
later
could go
episodes.
for hours.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so
It's
late,
not
we could go
necessarily
for
a bad
hours.
thing.
Yeah, no, and absolutely, and hopefully, the next setup or the next episode we shoot, we can kind of work a better schedule out than what we had. We were kind of working on limited time and limited availability, so.
Yeah, overall, I think you got a great setup. I mean, everything about it is really nice. I definitely like it.
I definitely,
Yeah, no,
I certainly appreciate that. I mean, that I've worked pretty hard on this thing, and I've got a lot left to do, and I'm honestly probably the most critical of my own setup because I stare at it constantly, and I'm minor OCD.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
That should be true of everybody's setup. If you're not happy with your setup, then there's something wrong. I mean, if you should always be looking inward, trying to figure out how you can make your particular setup better suited to your needs, to optimize it to what you want to use it for.
yeah,
So,
That's
if
true.
there's something that's bothering for you,
Yeah.
it's
definitely.
yeah,
So
something-
let me do the quick outro here. Let's wrap this up, and we'll get this thing closed out. So basically, guys, that's what we have. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're interested in submitting your setup, go ahead and email me your setup at everythingsetups@gmail.com. I'll throw a link in the video description so that you guys can include that. I don't know, send me 15, 20 pictures. Just whatever you feel that you want me to include in the review of your setup. We'll get together as a group. We'll kind of talk about it, and we'll get you in. We'll throw a chat on. We'll record the episode, and it'll go live when it goes live. But again, huge shout out to these guys. John, thanks for being the special guest tonight. Justin, Todd,
thanks,
and
man.
Dupreet. It's
You're
been a
welcome.
blast this evening, so I can't wait till we can do it again. And until next time, guys, take care.